Hey everyone, thanks for coming back for another anime figure opening video today. Today we are opening up the Japan style REM figure that came out in Japan in February 2020. I'm sure some of you have seen this before if you watched our anime figure room video where we set up that shelf and we got everything organized. Because yeah, these got posted and delivered, on that day. So we've had them for a little while. But let's not dilly-dally, let's get straight into looking at the box. So as you can see, we have all of the typical logos. We have our Giant Prize logo up here. Over here we have Sega and our ReZero logo over here. Down in the bottom right corner we have Super Premium here. Again, this is a Super Premium figure. They've been picking up their game a little bit recently, so that's been nice. And then right here in the middle we have Wa style. Wa is such a beautiful Japanese kanji because it can mean so many things. Harmony, peace. For example, the Japanese word for heiwa, meaning peace, has this kanji at the end, and it's absolutely beautiful. For this, we're going to use it to mean Japan, because it is the Japanese kanji. Of course, the kanji for Japanese is Nihon, but trust me when I say that a lot of people will understand the meaning behind wa. But this diamond has a beautiful shape to it. There's a nice little ribbon tied here. You'll see this on a lot of traditional Japanese goods, especially wedding invites and wedding money packages. But of course, we're not here to look at that. We're here to look at Rem. And wow, she looks absolutely beautiful here. Look at that smile, she looks so adorable. And we have this beautiful traditional Japanese looking background here. We have some beautiful patterns around the back, some nice kind of white and orange blue flowers. We even have a little cloud over here. We have, again, same kind of clouds over here. And then I believe up here there are a few cherry blossom petals, so that's also very pretty. Wow, very, very nice. Okay, that's the front. On the side over here, we have Rem from behind. We can see that her big Hakama here is all the way up to her chest, and we'll get to that later. You can also see Rem here hidden in the background, and it has this beautiful design with a nice orange streak going all the way up the top and split into this kind of dark blue purplish color. Again, with our beautiful Japanese patterns in the background here, so very, very nice there, as you can see. If we turn this over to the other side, we have Rem from the front. Again, she's looking off at an angle. Again, beautiful, beautiful. Same patterns as the other side here, and then the same blue design. And then on the back, we have all of our safety information. Again, we have here our super premium figure Rem Wa style. And then we have our safety information all down there. A little warning here to be careful of sharp bits. Sega Plaza. Are there any new figures coming out you want to check out? Definitely scan that code. And then we have our official sticker. On the bottom, it's upside down, we have just ReZero starting life in another world Rem. And then on the top, we have the same kind of information here with the Wa style, but this time we have a silhouette of Rem and then Rem here, along with our ReZero logo. So, let's get this open. Okay, in with the knife. So yeah, this came while we were filming a different video. I was quite impressed with the timing. So I'm sure some of you have already seen this. If you haven't, please do go check out that video. I guess you're here for this, so definitely check out this one. Or continue watching this one. Anyway, I'm wasting time. Here we go. Ooh, we have a plastic back here. All right, here we go. Oh, wow, that's very pretty. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we have Rem here. We have some cardboard down at the bottom there. It's an interesting choice. And then we have our stand. Okay, let me get this unpackaged. 1 second. Okay, stand. And here is our stand. And it's very rare that we get rectangle shaped stands. Most of them are circle, or like we had with the Cherry Blossom Miku, that was a cherry blossom flower. So that was quite pretty. But yeah, very rarely do we get stands like this. And this is actually very, very pretty. As you can see, we have Rem here in a nice font. Beautiful, beautiful font actually, it's very pretty. I guess they're trying to replicate Japanese calligraphy. Up here we have our Wa style. Again, this is the kanji that you should all be researching. Again, it's, yeah, definitely search this. We have 3 holes here, probably for her feet and something else, maybe 1 foot and another hole there for the other foot. And then we have these nice patterns along with little circles and cherry blossoms all around, so very pretty. The stand itself is also slanted, so that's also quite interesting. It's slanted at all angles, so we've got a nice prism shape here. And then underneath we just have a plain, not orange, it's a beige, yellow, creamy colour. Whatever you would call this colour. But inside here we do have our information of Kado, Koa, ReZero, blah blah blah. But there we go, there's our stand. And here is our figure herself, and oh boy, is this a pretty figure. So let's get straight into looking at her face. So as you can see, she's got these two beautiful light blue eyes here. There's a nice lot of shine here on those, so nicely detailed. Her nose does stick out a tiny little bit, not as much as normal, and she has this adorable little smile going on here. Her hair as well is actually very, very translucent. It's much clearer than a lot of the other Rem hairs we've had before. Very different style, not a bad style. I do think this is quite pretty. It's parted in the middle this time instead of to one side. So we can see both eyes at this point, which is probably good for seeing things. On the side of her hair, she does have this beautiful flower here with a nice little bit coming off there. This is probably in replacement of her pin that's holding her hair back. Then on the back of her head here, we have this beautiful pink purpley bow, which is also quite pretty. It comes off with two nice bow strands coming off there. And then the back of her hair is just solid with a few little pieces coming off at the back. So not too much detail there, but very pretty face. Moving down her body, there is a lot to talk about, and I'm not really too sure where to start. First of all, we'll go with her design. We could see that she is wearing a kimono, and this time she is wearing a hakama. Hakamas are traditionally worn by men. You don't really see women these days wearing hakama, so it's kind of traditional. So yeah, very interesting choice, this one. The biggest difference between a woman's hakama and a men's hakama is that a woman's comes all the way up to under her breast, and a guy's should be around his waist. It should be right on the hips. So yeah, this is quite high up. But anyway, let's have a look at some of these details on that kimono. So as you can see, she is actually wearing her under kimono here, so you can see this nice white layer. This is so that it hides the cleavage, and it also shows that this is not part of the skin. It's very pretty. This would actually be very, very long and go all the way down her body, but of course we can only see this part here. And we can also see that her kimono here covers up quite large breasts there. It's very un-Rem-like. But regardless of that, we do have a nice kind of purple line going down the side there, and then we do also have these two straps coming down the middle here. You can also see it has this beautiful cherry blossom pattern all over it with some beautiful white circles. This goes all the way around to the back, and you can see as well where there would have been some stitching. What I like especially about this is some of the printing of these patterns on here are stunning. I'm hoping the camera can pick it up because you can see there are tiny little textures here. You can't feel them, but it has been printed on. And this is the same on the sleeves of her kimono. These are wonderful. I mean, look at the curvature to that. And it looks as though these are moving a little bit as she's walking. So it's not just one flat pattern, it actually has a beautiful bend to it. But again, this has the same stunning pattern going all the way down the inside there, and the same over here. And to give you a better look, we should take a look at the back, because again, we can see this is all coming down like this. And then that is exactly the same over on this side. So very, very pretty. Yeah, wow, that is very, very pretty. You can also see that her hand is gripping the kimono here. This is usually done to stretch out and make sure everything is nice and equal. That's what the center line here is for. But I guess she's holding it up like this so these don't drag on the floor, because otherwise they would be pretty far down. But her fingers are very, very pretty. You can see she's got her nails painted on there, and each finger has been molded individually. Something I like a lot about this is actually you can see where she's grabbing it, there are two tiny little folds there, so it looks as though she's holding it. Oh, my cat's meowing in the background. And then that is exactly the same over this side. Again, she is holding onto the sleeve there. You can see that the sleeve also has a little bit of an opening here, so you can look inside there, and that is the same over here. So very, very pretty. Sorry about that, my cat was being very playful for a second, so I had to take a quick break. But let's take a look at this hakama. So as we can see, this green line here would actually be the obi she's wearing underneath this hakama. The obi is what would be holding the kimono together, and this goes all the way around. You can even see there is a tiny little bit underneath there. I wonder if you can capture that, where it would be holding the kimono together. So that's interesting that that detail's even there. That's quite impressive, actually. And then we have this hakama on top of that. And again, you should always leave a tiny little bit there so you can actually see the obi. But this hakama is beautiful. What a wonderful color. This has a beautiful bow at the front, so it's nicely folded. Although, of course, this is plastic. You can't fold this plastic. It has wonderful, wonderful dents where there would be folds. This is a little bit flexible here, so that's very pretty. The straps come all the way around to the back and it goes around in a circle, so that's quite pretty. Again, there are also these splits here on the sides. There is, let me turn this around. There is a split here. Again, it's very traditional of Hakama, so if you had pockets, you could put them inside, things inside your pockets there. But also it does aerate a little bit, so it makes it easier to put on. And then going down, we have these beautiful folds, and there would be 1, 2, 3 here. And then on this side, we have 1, 2, 3 here. The Hakama itself actually has a split in the middle. A lot of Hakama do not have this kind of split here. It's usually quite open, so that's very interesting too. But my favorite part is definitely this pattern here. It has that beautiful string pattern that we saw down here on the box, the same on this little design there. And again, this is very, very Japanese. You can see this again on a lot of wedding money gifts. But going even further than that, we can see that it has the beautiful, beautiful cherry blossom pattern again here. And again, it's very different to the rest of this. This is a very plain color. Here, these have beautiful patterns to them. And again, you can see this wonderful printing effect has well, done a wonderful job here on the Hakama. So very, very nice. God, that's so pretty. And then finally, moving down to her feet, we can see that she is wearing her sandals here, her geta, which have these blue straps going down. These are a little bit raised, so she does have a bit more of a platform off of the ground. And again, she has these little socks here with the split between the big toe and the rest of her feet. So very, very pretty. The only other thing to point out would be these 2 or 3 little pointy out bits, which will go into the stand. So let's get her in her stand. And there we go, here she is in her stand. What a beautiful figure. I'm quite impressed with this. She cost us 3,500 yen as a set with RAM. And again, RAM will come in a future video. Probably the one after this actually, so please do look forward to that. But for now, let's take a few beautiful shots of this figure. Let's take a look. Okay, and let's go to your new home. Let's go for a bit of a longer walk. I think the most exciting thing for me is the fact that we get to leave this room. So we are going to have to open this door. Sorry to use you as the door opener. And here we go into our new figure room. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Wow, this is the first time we've actually been able to put a figure up on the shelf. Where do we put you? That is the question. You know, I think for now, because we don't have that many Miku figures, I'm going to put you up here on this high up shelf. Oh, look at you! Oh, you're the first person on that shelf there. But there you go, here is our LiQWYD style figure. Absolutely beautiful figure, and I highly recommend picking it up. It's so pretty. So, thanks again for tuning into today's video. If you did like the video, please do give us a like and please subscribe if you haven't already. We have a ton more figures coming very, very soon. I won't show you all of them because I can't. And guess who's gonna get the next one of this tomorrow? Yeah, I'm filming this the day before this comes out, so bring on the 2020 version. Anyway, thanks again and I'll see you in another video coming soon. Okay, bye!